Hello, everyone. Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Easter, so happy Easter, everyone. Yesterday, I got on camera and discovered my video stopped in the middle of the video. I couldn't hear my voice, and I should have charged my microphone. So I am here with a finished product, actually. I would say not a product, but a project. I actually painted these flowers that I'm going to show you. I was wanting to show you this. And so I'm a little late in showing you. I wanted to show you about a week ago, but been so busy. So maybe next year, if you want to do this next year, then this is something that maybe you could do for someone if you'd like. It's going to be a gift for 6 people that I'm going to give these to today, and I wanted to show you how beautiful I think they turned out. These are the flowers that I painted. This one says joy on it. And I'm going to walk you through the process of what I did. I did save one of them to do yesterday, and it just didn't happen. So I'm going to just walk you through the process. So I'm going to show you all of these, and then I'm going to talk about how I did things, okay? So these are African violets. I think they're very cheerful for an Easter gift. This one says hope. In fact, they all say hope on it, except for that one that says joy. You see that there? It says hope. And this it looks pretty, I think, with the purple, don't you? I just love this African violet. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so there's 2 of them. And then this one also says hope. They all say hope now. And I love the way these dots look. Do you see that? Isn't that cute? It's just so cute, isn't it? I just love it. And then here's another one. Now, this is the one I painted on camera yesterday. It says hope. Um, I thought it looked really pretty. And I'm going to tell you the colors that I used if you ever wanted to do this too, like next year for Easter time. I love this beautiful, like a maroon crimson color. I think it's so, so pretty. And then let's see what else we got. We got another purple one here. And I talked about yesterday how now in the writing, I made a mistake on the P, but I just actually extended that line and you would never know it. It just looks like that line belongs there, don't you think? So there's that purple one. And look at this is so different than the other purple one. This like has a lot of white in it, where the other one is like more purple, but so pretty. And then here is the last one I'm going to give to someone. This says hope. And I love the way all these are painted so differently and so, so, so pretty. And they match the flowers. I just love that. So, so pretty. I'm so excited to give them today to people. I want to talk to you about the process and the materials that I used. I actually found more that I could show you. This is actually what they looked like at the beginning. I bought them at Hobby Lobby. And so they are just a piece of wood. And actually, this is from the spring shop. There's 12 flowers for $1.99. Do you believe it? That was a good, no wonder I bought that. It was a good price, I think. So it starts out like that. And what I did was then is with my Daniel Smith watercolor ground, I painted both front and back. And this is not clean, but I wanted to show you that I use this type of thing. But don't use the long ones because they flop and they're hard to use. Use the stiffer ones. Or you can use your old paintbrush or an acrylic paintbrush. But what I did is I put the Daniel Smith watercolor ground in this cup and I stirred it with a popsicle stick, and then I used it. And I tell you, I used gloves, that I was going to throw away. Some, gloves that I have, for like cleaning the house. I use these to do that because it gets really messy. And I used a craft mat. I have I guess they call it a silicone craft mat. I put on my mat actually, so I don't mess this mat up. So I like to use that. And then, let's see. So I talked about that. I want to talk about the colors that I use to paint this. Now I used my watercolor, my watercolor paints, my Winsor Newton Cotman student grade watercolor paints over this. I let this dry for overnight when I painted this, and so then um, this color here. Let me get this out of the way here. Put this over here. The one I showed you yesterday, well, I didn't show you because I just scrapped the video because it just, 52-minute video. I lost it, my voice half of the time. But so this color here is Pyro Red and Lamp Black. Isn't that amazing that makes that beautiful color? Now, I always use my color chart. And so what I explained yesterday was the colors that are on top is where when you put them in your palette, you put them the most. Like I put like 6 times with my brush and 3 times with Lamp Black, and it comes out this color here. See? So I just look at the colors, what I want on the color chart, and then I look up here. It's so nice to have a color chart before you paint. Okay, so that's that one. That beautiful, beautiful crimson maroon color. Now with this pink, I just use my permanent rose with a lot of water. So that's this one here, see? Permanent rose with a lot of water. Now the leaves, so I painted the leaves on a lot of these pink ones. I wanted like a soft color, so I painted it with ultramarine blue. I mixed ultramarine blue and hooker's green light they call it, and that made a soft blue. Now on these ones with the purple, see, yeah, here's one. If you can tell, see the green is darker. I just added burnt umber to that ultramarine blue and hooker's green. And I love the way the dots are put on here. I did that. And I just think that turned out really pretty too. Every one of these is different. So I wanted to, create something different for each one. So let's see, the purple, how I got the purple color is mauve and ultramarine blue. So that's mauve and ultramarine blue makes this beautiful purple here. Can you see that? Do you see that? Mauve, that beautiful color mauve. I love it. And the ultramarine blue makes this beautiful purple. And so that's how I got that color. And then I put, like yellow in the middles of some of these, like this one here. Right there like that, because they have yellow on the flowers, right? So I wanted to make it kind of similar. Okay, so that's the colors of everything that I used. And I've been using my Winsor Newton Cotmans so much that I actually have accumulated, I talked about yesterday, four palettes, and I'm down to using these little ceramic things, and they're so nice really to use because they everything washes out really easily. I just love these little palettes. And then of course my bigger one and my other one that I have. But so that's what I talked about yesterday. And then I use some of this stuff around, around like to make dots, around the, let's see if I have one here. This one here. This is the gold that I put around here, around there. And I did write the word hope on here with a pencil. And then I went over it. Now this one I went over with gold, but it wasn't showing up much. So what I did was I used I want to show you this. Let's see if I have one of these this Posca pen, Posca, and it's nice to use. But you know what? I bought 3, and I put an okay here because this one works, but the other 2 don't. So I don't know. I don't know. It's it. You know, I didn't think that I'd have trouble with the Posca pens because I heard so many good things about them. But anyway, maybe one day I'll get those going again. You know, try to figure out how to get them going. Now, so what you do when you excuse me, when you start the process of this, excuse me, so you put your watercolor ground on, and then after it dries overnight, you use a piece of oh, what do they call this stuff? um well, the name escapes me. You know what this is, right? So you do that the next day, and it takes off all the extra paint on there. And then what I did was I cut a few strips of that from this, and then I went in between here. I'll probably think of the name when I name of this when I a sandpaper. And so you just keep, you know, going and taking all that extra globby stuff that'll accumulate, you know, that you have on here. You don't have to worry about it being smooth when you do it, and then the next day you can just with sandpaper get all that off, because you want a nice smooth surface to paint these. Okay, so that's that. And then let's see, what else I got to tell you. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to explain to you what I did, I showed you in the video yesterday that I couldn't put up. So I took these screws, and that's how these flowers are standing, you know, like right here, you know, they can stand up. Is all I did was I put this in where I wanted it to go, and then I cut it the length off with my wire cutters. I have wire cutters to cut this off, and then what I did was I hot glued it here, see? And then first, though, I put who it was going to be for, okay? And then I stuck this in and put the flower, I approximated where I wanted the flower, and then I cut it off, and then I put the flower on it, and I just push. I put the hot glue like down here, just down the flower, and then I just pushed it on this little screwer, see? So these came in really handy. I use these, I started to make jewelry, and I started to make paper beads. And so what I use these for is I put them through, you know, there's the paper bead is like has a hole in it, and I put these on here, and I put these on a rack, and that's how they dry. So so one thing leads to another in the craft room, right? It's just you can use your materials that you have. So I think that is probably all I wanted to show you. And I'm glad that I'm going to come on to, I got to wipe this before I go off, off camera. It's bugging me. This is from the pots, just so it's not dirty on there. But anyway, I just had so much fun doing these, and I hope it sparks joy, and I hope it gives hope to people that I'm going to give these to. You know, we all need a little bit of that, right? And I just hope you have a wonderful Easter, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye for now.